Before you move to the next moment of your day, stay here. Not because these words are extraordinary, but because faith has a way of opening doors that fear never even notices. There is something I want to remind you today. Do not let your heart rush ahead of my voice. The world has taught you to react quickly. I am teaching you to trust deeply. That is why I brought you here. Not to fill your mind with questions, but to anchor your heart before the next step of your journey. Open this with faith. Not with doubt. Not with fear. Not expecting the worst. Open it believing that I have always been working, even when you could not see my hands. My beloved child, I know how many silent battles have followed you into this day. The conversations no one heard. The prayers that ended in tears. The nights when sleep came, but peace did not. I watched every one of them. You were never abandoned for a single moment. Even when heaven felt quiet, my love never became distant. You have wondered why certain answers seemed delayed. Yet if I had answered every prayer the moment you asked, you would have carried blessings before your heart was ready to protect them. Preparation is also an answer. Waiting is often part of my kindness. Never mistake my patience for my absence. Think about a farmer. The seed disappears into the ground long before anyone celebrates the harvest. For a season, nothing seems to happen. Yet beneath the surface, life is already breaking through the darkness. Faith works the same way. The deepest miracles often begin where human eyes see nothing at all. So do not judge your future by today's silence. Judge it by my faithfulness. Have I not carried you through days you once believed would destroy you? Have I not opened doors after others were closed? Have I not given you strength when your own strength had already failed? The same God who walked with you then has not changed today. Remember David before he faced Goliath. The victory did not begin when the giant fell. It began when David trusted me while everyone else measured the size of the enemy. Faith always sees differently. That is what I am restoring inside you now. A heart that believes my promises more than it believes its fears. There is another reason I asked you to stop here today. Something inside you has been growing quietly. Not your fear. Not your weakness. Your discernment. You are beginning to notice what once escaped your attention. The conversations that leave your spirit heavy. The decisions that steal your peace. The places where your soul feels closer to me. And the places where it quietly drifts away. Do not ignore what I am teaching you. Peace is not an accident. It is often my gentle direction. When you walk closely with me, you will discover that not every opportunity deserves your yes. Not every delay is failure. Not every closed door is loss. Sometimes I protect my children by saying no to what they cannot yet understand. One day, you will thank me for the prayers I answered, and also for the ones I lovingly refused. Because my wisdom reaches places your vision cannot. You do not need tomorrow's map. You only need today's obedience. Step by step. Light always reaches those who keep walking with faith. And I have never failed to guide those who continue trusting my voice. Yet I know what your heart is asking. Lord, how do I keep believing when I cannot see what you are doing? Listen carefully. Faith is not pretending that every day feels easy. Faith is choosing to trust my character even when your emotions cannot explain my timing. Abraham did not receive every answer on the day I called him. He received a promise. Then he learned to walk with me one faithful step at a time. That is still how I lead my children. I do not reveal an entire lifetime in a single morning. I give enough light for the next faithful step. Then, as you keep walking with me, the next light appears. This is why I tell you not to fear the unknown. The unknown has never been unknown to me. Long before you woke today, I was already standing in every moment that still waits ahead of you. Nothing surprises me. Nothing catches me unprepared. Nothing is powerful enough to remove you from my care. So release the pressure to control every outcome. Some burdens belong in your hands. Others belong only in mine. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Have you noticed how often worry promises control, yet never produces peace? Worry keeps your mind busy. Faith keeps your heart steady. They cannot lead you in the same direction. Choose the one that brings you closer to my voice. There are prayers you think I have forgotten. I have forgotten none of them. Some are already moving toward their appointed season. Others are shaping you before they arrive. Both are acts of my love. Do not despise the hidden seasons. Roots grow in silence before branches reach the sunlight. What becomes strong in secret rarely falls in public. That is what I have been building inside you. A faith that does not depend on perfect circumstances. A peace that does not disappear with difficult news. A hope that remains standing even when answers seem delayed. Many people search for signs. But I desire something deeper. I desire hearts that recognize my voice. Because when you know my voice, you will not be shaken by every loud opinion around you. You will learn to pause before reacting. You will learn to pray before deciding. You will learn to listen before speaking. Those quiet choices will protect you more than you realize. My spirit does not compete with confusion. He gently leads those who are willing to slow down long enough to hear him. So if your heart feels restless, come back to me. If fear begins writing stories about tomorrow, come back to me. If disappointment tries to convince you that I have stopped caring, come back to me. You will never wear out my mercy. You will never exhaust my compassion. Every time you return, you will find my arms open before my words are even spoken. And that is where real strength begins. Not in pretending you have no weakness, but in discovering that my presence is greater than every weakness you bring. Strength is not measured by how much you can carry alone. True strength is found in knowing where to place the weight that was never meant to remain on your shoulders. Lay it before me. Not because I do not already know what troubles you, but because surrender opens the door where peace enters. Too often you have carried tomorrow while still trying to survive today. That is why your heart has grown weary. You were created to walk by faith, not by constant pressure. Do you remember how I fed Elijah when he believed he had reached the end of his strength? I did not begin by asking him to run farther. I gave him rest. I gave him what he needed for that moment. Then I strengthened him for the journey ahead. I still care for my children that way. I know when your soul needs quiet. I know when your spirit needs courage. I know when your heart simply needs to be reminded that you are loved. Never confuse silence with distance. The sunrise makes no sound, yet every morning darkness gives way before it. Many of my greatest works arrive with the same quiet certainty. Without noise. Without performance. Without human applause. That is why I ask you not to chase what appears impressive. Seek what carries my peace. Peace is not weakness. Peace is confidence resting in my promises. There will always be voices inviting you to hurry, to compare, to prove yourself, to fear that you are falling behind. Do not follow those voices. I have never measured your life against another person's timeline. The purpose I prepared for you has its own season. What belongs to you cannot be stolen by someone who arrived first. What I have written for your life does not disappear because another door opened for someone else. So release comparison. It has never produced contentment. Lift your eyes instead. Notice how faithfully I have carried you through seasons you thought would never end. Every trial taught you something. Every disappointment uncovered a deeper dependence upon me. Even your tears watered places in your heart that comfort never could. None of it has been wasted. The day will come when you look behind you and realize that what felt like delay was actually careful preparation. You will understand why certain paths closed. Why certain friendships changed. Why certain plans quietly faded away. What feels confusing today will become one of the clearest testimonies of my faithfulness. Until then, keep choosing faith over fear. Keep choosing prayer over panic. Keep choosing hope over despair. Each small act of trust becomes another stone beneath your feet. Before long, you will discover that what once felt impossible has become the very ground upon which you now stand. And when that moment comes, you will know it was never your strength that carried you there. It was my hand, holding yours, every step of the way. Do not close your heart after hearing these words. Carry them with you, not as a memory, but as a way of living. Tomorrow will bring new choices. Some will seem urgent. Others will appear ordinary. Yet the smallest decision made with faith can change the direction of an entire season. So before you answer, pause. Before you worry, pray. Before you assume the worst, remember who walks beside you. I have not called you to predict the future. I have called you to trust the one who already stands there. There will be moments when fear knocks loudly. Do not invite it to remain. Let faith answer the door. When discouragement whispers that nothing is changing, look again. The river does not carve the mountain in a single day. Yet day after day, stone gives way to steady water. That is how my work often unfolds within you. Quietly, patiently, faithfully. Never underestimate the power of small obedience. Noah built the ark one piece at a time before the rain ever appeared. Others saw ordinary work. I saw extraordinary trust. The miracle did not begin with the flood. It began with daily obedience when no evidence surrounded him. Your life is no different. Every prayer you pray, every temptation you resist, every act of kindness no one notices, every moment you choose forgiveness over bitterness, every time you return to my presence instead of running from it, you are building something that eternity will remember. Do not grow tired of doing what is right simply because results seem hidden. The harvest has never depended upon human eyesight. It has always depended upon faithful hands. So keep planting hope. Keep speaking life. Keep believing my promises even when circumstances speak another language. I am still the God who parts seas. Still the shepherd who leaves the 99 for one. Still the father who welcomes every child that turns toward him. Nothing about my love has weakened. Nothing about my power has diminished. Nothing about my promises has expired. Walk into this day knowing that you do not walk alone. My wisdom will guide you. My peace will guard you. My mercy will meet you every morning. My grace will be enough for every challenge you face. And when you reach the end of this day, you will discover that I was faithful in moments you never even noticed. Open every new day with faith. Keep your eyes on me more than on your circumstances. Keep your heart soft. Keep your spirit teachable. And wherever the road leads next, you will find that I arrived there before you. I am with you in every beginning, every waiting season, every victory, every valley, and every step until you finally see my promises fulfilled. Walk forward in peace. I am holding you now. And I will continue holding you long after these words have ended. Amen.